Let me show you something. See this? So you can see the holes through there. You can see right, oh, you see, there you go. You see right through there. That thing was about to break free. What they do when they wear down on these Echo speed feed heads is they break free, and then the tabs break right off, and this whole center section goes flying along with the spring that's in there. I always keep, well, in the open trailer, and I better open that vent. It's gonna be warm today. It started off at like 68 degrees this morning. The dew is thick, but here's one right here. That's one I just opened. Echo UCAN maintenance kit. But you know what? I'll show you in a minute. I always keep one of them in here, and I always keep one in the toolboxes on the open trailer. I edge, but blacktop driveways, I 45 them. So when you run the head along that blacktop, over time it wears it down. But yeah, I got a bunch up here on the dash. This is the insert that goes into them. That goes into the head first. The black part goes up against the cap, and it kind of, you twist it and push down, it kind of snaps in there. But that's what makes the speed feed head. But I check them every once in a while just to make sure, because I know they wear down. And when that cap goes, the cap goes flying, the spring goes flying, and you almost notice. I noticed Friday was like that, and by the end of the day I forgot. So this morning I swapped it out. But so real quick, funny story. So Brian called me Friday while I was mowing. Brian from Top Notch. I keep forgetting there's multiple Brians making videos now. But Brian called me, and we were just shooting the shit about oil, different viscosities for mowers, because he's having a problem with one of his mowers leaking. But anyway, we got on the subject of different equipment, and he just got that Gravely, and he knows I'm probably going to go with that Stander X. But we were talking about how people keep commenting on videos saying, you should get this, you need to go buy this mower, and this. And people just don't understand that what works for our businesses might not work for yours, and it is what it is. But people get really vicious about it to the point where we have to just block people. And I told him, I said, you notice that they're getting a lot more vicious lately? Like, people are just getting downright mean. He says, yeah, they've always been that way, but you just ignore them and you keep moving on and whatever, because the few that are being mean are nothing compared to all the ones that have the good comments, which is true. There are a lot of you guys out there that are great, that just want to give some good comments and be positive, and that's a good thing. But it made me think that, I had one guy, I think he created a couple different channels, and I've blocked all of them now. But before I block them, I usually, if I have time, I'm in the areas, what it's like in my area, and it gets hotter than hell, and I mean, it just is what it is, and I'm sharing my experiences with you, and that's all. I'm not whining, complaining. But this guy just wanted to go out and tell me, you're whining, quit crying, and just do your job, lawn boy, or some crap he was calling me. And he told me, he said something about learn how to do your job if you weren't such a failure at your job. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna screw with this guy. So my comment back to this guy was, well, you're right. The only job I had was to tag your mom, and the end result of that was you being born. And according to what your mom says, you're quite the failure. So you're right. I really am not very good at my job. And I left that on there. I was like, I'll give him 24 hours to reply, and he never did. So I just went on right away and blocked him. Usually I just block him right away, but like I said, it depends on the mood I'm in. But yeah, when I'm talking about, it's really hot out here and it's kicking my butt or whatever, it's just my experience. Oh, my camera just glitched again. This thing's been glitching lately. I don't know why. Maybe that's what I was talking about in my video, about how it cuts parts out. But I don't know what you heard, or when it started to glitch. But what I was saying was, people are like, you'll never make it in my area, and you're such a baby, and this and that. And I'm thinking, you know what? Well, you might not make it in my area either. It is what it is. And if I was in your area mowing for years, I'd be used to it, and then I'd become accustomed to it, and I'd have no problem making it in your area. But it might be the same. You come to my area, like you could be out in an area where it's a lot hotter there than it gets here, but it's really dry heat. Well, in my area, it doesn't get as hot, but the humidity will kill you. So it is what it is. But it was just funny how we were talking about how people have been so negative and just downright nasty lately. But it is what it is, right?
Alright, I'm just going to give you a tour of a walk around of a set of apartments that I do. I've always mowed the VFW that's right next door, and on occasion I've gotten these apartments to do for the older gentleman. He'd have me mow them once in a while, and he'd have me do the leaves each year. And I've always wanted to mow them because they're right next door and they're super easy. But he always did them himself, and this year his wife come out. They live in the apartments here, and she had mentioned that he had passed away over the winter, unfortunately. He was a very nice gentleman, but she's had me mow for her a couple times because it was too hot. And then just about a month ago, the son came out, who is probably, I don't know, late 20s, early 30s, and he says, I work too much. Can you just put this place on your regular schedule and we'll go from there? So I've been mowing it ever since. So it kind of worked out for me. I'm, you know, kind of unfortunate the circumstances, but it is what it is. And it's another account right next to one that I had. So really nice people, and I'm glad to have it, and I'm thankful for it. But as you can kind of tell in the last few minutes, my camera is really taking a crap. I don't know, it's the GoPro Sessions 4, I believe it is, because I think they just came out with the 5. Maybe they just come out with the 6. I don't know. Whatever the case is. I've never had a problem with it until the last few weeks here, and I notice when I'm editing my videos a little bit of a glitch in the video, and I wasn't really sure what it was. I didn't pay too much attention to it. Just kind of edited out what I could to make it kind of make sense in the video. That's the VFW that you see over there. I'll walk through that in a minute and you guys will see it. I'm obviously just blowing everything off now, but anyway, so it cut out. I set it up to record more of me mowing a lot of those apartments before it even got to the part where I hit record to do this walk around with me blowing everything off. And now that I'm here editing it, it's gone. It's just not even there. So I don't know what the hell happened. It glitched again, I guess. And I did a little sample when I got home today to find out what exactly it's doing, and I put it on. I hit record and I held it up and kind of recorded myself talking just random stupid stuff that's not on this video and won't be on any video, but I just want to see what it would do. And I was watching the red light flashing on the front of it like it always does when I record, and then all of a sudden the red light didn't flash, and I was thinking, oh great, I'm trying to do this test now and the battery died. Well, I looked at the top of it where there's a tiny little window and it shows the time going for the length of time you're recording, and the time was just frozen. It wasn't moving, but I had almost still full battery on the GoPro, so it didn't die. It just froze up again. So I don't know what the heck the deal is. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm kind of showing you the holes along the bottom there. And then this whole corner here, the siding gone, all from a weed whacker. That's from the last guy that did this property, which is why I have it now. But anyway, one of the guys for the VFW here that got me this account is actually a relative of mine, and the same people that were mowing this mow his house, and he was going to have me start mowing it this year because they don't weed whack there almost ever. They did here and they destroyed everything, but they almost never weed whack there, and he was trying to give them another year to do the right thing, but they didn't again, so I'm already guaranteed to mow that for next year. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm having this issue with it. I looked it up. Everything online says to reset the GoPro, so I just did a reset. See that Ferris Z2? My buddy lives over there, which also owns a small landscape lawn care company. But anyway, so it says do a hard reset on it, so I did the reset, and it said, I did it the way they said, and it says in there reset Wi-Fi settings, and I don't know. I don't use the Wi-Fi on it. I don't use the remote through my phone with the app. I don't use any of that, so I don't really know what the case is. I don't know if you guys have had this experience with your GoPro, then it's not permanently frozen, nothing, just keeps glitching like that. So if you have a solution, put it in the comments. I'd love to know.